Alright, we are now in Austin, Minnesota, which, if you are not aware, is home of the world famous Spam Museum. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, a museum for spam. It's a little bit out of the way, so I don't want to stop there. Kind of a weird place to think you need to stop to, but it's funny. You gotta stop there because it's funny, right? But yeah, no, they have like a bunch of spam t-shirts and like gift shop stuff. You can buy like a spam pen and spam notepads. You can actually, I don't know if you can actually buy spam there, but it's pretty funny. So we had 150 miles from our last stop, and we need to refill here now. Okay, so we're just leaving Quick Trip in the beautiful Austin, Minnesota, home of the Spam Museum, and my camera's about to die. So I need to go from here to Sioux Falls, and Sioux Falls is a little under 200 miles away. So I'm gonna have to find a gas stop in between here and Sioux Falls, pretty close to Sioux Falls though. I'm not sure how long I could take you guys with me, but just expect that the next scene you see is probably going to be rolling into another gas station or into Sioux Falls. Viewers, hello! I got a new battery in my GoPro, which means I can record again! So, what you missed, statistically, a bit. Visually, not a damn thing. So we are now over the 600 mile mark. This is officially the furthest I've ever ridden in my entire life. Last I left you, we were leaving the town of Austin, Minnesota, and we were heading towards Sioux Falls. I wasn't able to make it to Sioux Falls on a single tank of gas, so we had to stop in a town called Worthington, Minnesota to fill up. I still stopped in Sioux Falls even though my tank is showing nearly full bars, just because this is a major turning point for my route and I needed that documentation. So I got myself a donut and a bottle of water, try and get some sugar in my system and hydrate all the same. And now we are off. We're making good time, really good time. I haven't stopped at any single place so far in this trip for more than 15 minutes. Oh, my bad. Illegal. As I was saying, I haven't stopped so far a single time in this trip for more than 15 minutes. I've been moving constantly. Per the association's rule book, if you stop for more than 30 minutes at a single place, you need to account for it even if you don't get fuel there. And I haven't had to do that. I still accounted for that place just because it's the turning point I needed. But yeah, we're making really good time. Don't listen to that time. My phone tells me it's 2:19. We're over halfway done. We should be able to finish while it's still daylight. The objective now is we're heading north towards Fargo, and once we hit Fargo, we'll be doing a 45-degree cut. We'll be heading right back down to St. Cloud, Minnesota, where we started. Man, think about it, 1,000 miles. I could be halfway across the country by now. I could be I could be through Denver. I could be at Niagara Falls. I could be in Montana approaching Glacier National Park. With my dumb ass, it's like, I'll do a loop around the grain states so I can see field and meadow, and all that hard work will put me right back where I started. But I get to sleep in my own bed tonight and drink my own beer, which I do appreciate. Also, I don't think it's that bad considering I just planned this trip a few days ago. So overall, very good experience. Okay, so let's do check-ins again. I wanted to do check-ins at the quarter point, so 250 miles, 500 miles, 750, and at the very end. We missed the 500 mile mark due to my poor planning and lack of GoPro battery, but we can still backtrack for it. So at this 600 mile mark, how am I feeling? So far I'm feeling pretty good. I'll be honest, that stretch from Austin, Minnesota to Worthington was absolutely terrible. It was nothing but straight, and I just felt, I don't know why, but I felt physically more tired in terms of soreness mentally, and just generally a lot tired than I do now. And I don't know if that's because the road was so straight, or shoot, I don't know what it could be. But I'm feeling better now than I was at that point. So, do I still think I can complete the challenge? Yes. Am I still attempting to finish the challenge? Yes. Am I still having fun? Yes, with the caveat. I might have said this earlier, but I'm getting bored of staring at the straight interstate, which I think is my fault for planning this route. The time's going by quick, but there's just not a lot of input, there's no turns, I'm just going straight. So, environmentally it's not the most fun, but I am on a motorcycle, I have the day off, I'm still happy I'm here and I'm doing this. Had I had the chance to turn back the clock for this morning when I woke up, I would still choose to be where I'm at right now. So I hope that answers that question. Next question, how am I feeling? Honestly, I feel pretty good right now. I am getting sore, but I feel like my level of soreness peaked around 300, 400 miles, and it's just been that same level of miserable since then. I don't feel that bad. My ass is definitely sore. If I had the camera on the entire time, you'd see that I'm switching in between 3 different riding positions, and I do that pretty frequently. My upper back / neck is stiff, but it isn't sore. Within the first couple of 100 miles, my lower back started getting sore. However, that doesn't feel too bad right now. And that could be because I got a rest. It could be because my ass feels worse. But all I know is I'm glad it had gone away. I still feel alert. I feel attentive. I feel like my focus is good. I catch myself kind of zoning out, but I don't think that's a tired thing. I think that's just I'm going straight on an interstate, and there's not much input I need to do. It's like I'm just focusing on my lane and less about the environmental, like side-to-side stuff. So I don't know how much more I'm going to record because I wanted to capture a lot in the latter half of the trip, because that's not something that a lot of the YouTube videos that show this challenge do very well. You can tell a lot of people start videotaping a lot at the start and in the middle of the day, but towards the end they get tired and they just want to get home, and they reel back the footage. Also, it gets pretty dark in a lot of people's challenges towards the end, which just isn't good for film. At the same time, I still need to save my GoPro battery because I want to be able to catch the end. So I think I'm going to cut out some of the riffraff. You're probably going to see a lot more gas station stops and maybe some buffoonery in between the gas station stops. But mainly what you're seeing right in front of me is what I'm going to be looking at for the next 7 to 8 hours and 400 miles. Actually, probably only 6 to 7 hours and 400 miles. Woohoo! Alright, check you later. Alright, so we just hopped off the freeway. We are in need of fuel again. I don't know where to go. It's a marathon right there. I guess we'll go to the marathon. We are in the town of Watertown. We're in the Watertown town called Watertown, which is still in South Dakota, but this will be the last fill-up we need before we arrive in North Dakota. And these are starting to lock up, but they don't hurt, they're just not getting used. I'll keep this gas stop really simple. You guys have seen the same thing. I'm actually not sure what gas stop this is. So editor me, what gas stop is this? Okay, so we are leaving the gas station in Waterton. I believe I failed to mention how many miles we are. We are at 700 big ones, boys and gals. We're doing pretty good, still feeling good. I didn't stop there very long. Because I'm still feeling good, I've been just continuing on pretty rapidly and not taking very long breaks, just because, I don't know, if I feel good, might as well keep going until I feel bad. I want to take the time between here and the next stop to show you what I'm working with, what the east side of the Dakotas looks like on the interstate, and it's just a whole lot of boring, but I think it's good for you guys to get a little bit of that visual. The nice thing about the roads out here is the speed limit is 80 miles an hour, so you can really crush some miles pretty quickly.
I want to go fast. Hey, get him a suit. Hurry up, let's go.
Like that sign. Isn't that a beautiful thing? But yeah, I'll try and do a time lapse here between here and Fargo. So enjoy! Alright, so you can see by my odometer, we passed the 750 mile mark. Woo! Yeah! Alright, so we're 3/4 of the way done. Let's do a check-in. Do I think I can still complete this thing? Hell yeah! Am I going to attempt to complete this thing? You betcha I'm going to attempt to complete this thing. Next question, how am I feeling? Again, I'm feeling pretty good. I wanted to stick with that. You know, my body got pretty sore around 300 miles, and then I feel like I just plateaued. I think one thing that's working in my favor is my bike only has a range of about 150 miles. It can go longer than that, but normally it's flashing at me and yelling at me when I hit 150 miles. So that means that I get to get off the bike relatively regularly to refuel this puppy. Especially when you're out here in the Dakotas and you're moving at 80 miles an hour. So every time I roll up to a gas station, I'm feeling a little worse for wear, but I hop off, I refuel, I go to the bathroom, water in, water out, and I feel refreshed and I'm ready to go. Another thing that I think is helping me, and Tim from FTA, 40 Times Around, that YouTube channel, mentioned this as well, is that you focus on the short-term goals. You never think, oh, I gotta do 1,000 miles in 24 hours, because that's just gonna bear you down. Mainly I've just been focusing on what's the next step. Like, oh, I gotta get to Toma. Oh, I gotta get to Austin. Oh, I gotta get to Sioux Falls. Oh, from Sioux Falls I gotta get to Watertown. And those are just short stints, and I feel like I'm ready to attack them and achieve that little, check that box, so to speak. And that puts me a lot closer to the end. And that seems to be helping me, because I don't know, every time I go to the gas station, I don't feel like, oh, I need a bigger break. I'm always ready to go. So overall, everything's going good. We'll be in Fargo here shortly. probably get something to eat, water in, water out, and I honestly don't think I'm going to wait there long. Because of Fargo, it's, you know, home free. So we'll check in with you later. Okay, so you guys missed a little bit there just because I had the camera off my helmet, but I am in Fargo now. We're at the Love's gas station here, it's right in the corner of two interstates that I need to take, so it's a perfect location. Yeah, so we obviously made it into North Dakota, crossing North Dakota into Fargo. Minnesota is, or Moorhead, which is the neighbor of Fargo on the Minnesota side, is literally like 2 minutes that way. So I'm about to be back in Minnesota, and we are on the home stretch now. I just have to finish my log, and then we can get going. This is probably my longest stop by far. I stopped for about 20 minutes here, which I still don't feel like is that long, but yeah, no. Okay, we just got done with our fuel stop in Fargo, and I am excited to get back into Minnesota and begin the final leg of my journey. I am now confident, dead set on getting this 1,000 miles in 24 hours. Additionally, something else that's fun that has changed for me is I get to take a turn. No more straight interstate. But I can't rip it because there's, you know, there's 3 semi-trucks deep in this. Oh, the turn feels good. The motorcycle craves it. Alright, so we just crossed the border into Minnesota. On the final leg, we're in the final state that we need to be in. I would have taped the border crossing, but it was really just, there's no distinguishing features. It was just, my GPS said, welcome to Minnesota. So, yeah, there we are. I didn't even see it coming, actually. So, right now we're in I-94. We need to take this all the way to St. Cloud, and then we need to get a receipt at a turning point in St. Cloud, and then I need to go to my final destination gas station. What sucks is the turning point I need to do in St. Cloud is like 996 miles or something like that. So it's really, really close, but I got to do a little bit extra after that. Also, one of the elements I was worried about earlier today is starting to come into play, but it came into play a lot later than I thought. I have a thermometer on my bike, and right now it's telling me that the air temp is 91 degrees. And it sure feels like 91 degrees too. I figured this was going to be an issue at like 2 p.m., maybe 3 p.m. But it stayed in the 87 degree-ish range until about 5 p.m. Then it jacked up to 91 degrees. The good thing is I'm moving. I still feel pretty cool. I've been hydrating a lot, so we're good to go. A little warm, but we're good to go. Over the course of this trip, I found I've been switching between 3 major riding positions. The normal position, I guess, you just, I don't know, normal, how you ride a bike normally. Second position is I'll use my highway pegs here and rock back, which is really good relief on the legs and butt, but it kind of stresses your lower back and you want to fall off to the right because I can't, if you grab like this, it just feels stupid. Or, this is the best one, you put your arm down right here, you lean on it, money. You could ride all day with this, all day. Okay, so this is the very annoying part of the challenge. I just got off the highway, started from that direction, and we're going in that direction. I have less than an hour left of driving. I am very close to the end. However, if I was just to drive straight to my final gas station, that would be a shortcut. Per Google Maps, it'd take me off the interstate earlier and take some county roads to the gas station. And I think I probably wouldn't have the mileage I need for me to be certified by the IBA. So I need to make 3 stops. I gotta stop at this gas station because I need fuel. I gotta stop at another gas station right outside of St. Cloud at a corner or turning point, and then I still gotta get my final gas station. Let's get it.
Well, that ruins things. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Okay. Check it out, check it out, check it out. 9999. 1,000, 1K. Oh, that would be so exhilarating, but I know that's not true. Per Google Maps, we're still about 30 miles away from the 1K mark. Wicked to see, but I feel like it'd be so much more rewarding if it happened at the 1,000 mile mark. Either way, that's a good sign. We're almost done. You'll notice the sun went down quite a bit. That's because it's about 9 p.m. That's what the sunrise looks like. The sunset, excuse me. And we are so close. So there's a gas station here called the Mick Stop. This is a McDonald's and it's a travel center. Very creative. We don't need fuel here, we just need the receipt to mark that we were here. So it should be quick in and out. I'll just buy some, I don't know, candy bar, something like that. Get the receipt, make sure it's got the correct date, time, location, and then we are good to traverse for our final gas station. We're still not over 1,000 miles per Google Maps, but after we leave this gas station, we just need to travel about another 4 miles, and then we will be at the glorious 1K marker. So for video purposes, this will be real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, the last stretch of the day. I only need to cover 4 more miles, and we get to do something we haven't been able to do all day, which is some city driving, which I normally hate, but I welcome it at this point. I'll try and get a time lapse of some of it, but my camera's battery is getting low, and I don't have any more backups after this, and I want to save it for the good moments. So here we go.
All right, we've done at least 4 miles since that last gas station, which means we've achieved that glorious 1K, 1,000 miles in 24-hour mark. We did it! Woo-hoo! Now all we have to do is get to the last gas station, get our receipt with the printed date, time, and location on it, and we are officially done. We have everything logged that we need to submit our certification into the Iron Butt Association. Let's get there. Oh yeah! Here we are. The last stop, get the last receipt, and we are officially done with the challenge. I probably don't need fuel. In fact, it's probably a waste of everyone's time if I get fuel, but I'm gonna top her off. I need a receipt anyways. It's either that or another candy bar. Check this out, my very last receipt. So official start time, I forget, but I'll put it right here. Official end time, 9:36 p.m. My bike odometer is reading a total of 1,043 miles. The Google Map total of miles, I don't know, but again, we'll put right here. Now, let me walk my bike over to someplace more quiet so people stop looking at me like a loony. Okay. So I know it's a little light. To me it doesn't look too bad, but I know the GoPro is probably terrible. Right outside the final gas station. Just wanted to do my last check-in. I will do an outro at a later date, hopefully tomorrow. But yeah, we did quarterly check-ins, one at 250, one I was supposed to do at 500 but did a bit later, one at 750, I want to do one now. So, don't even need to answer the first two questions I had been doing, meaning do I think I can make the trip and am I going to attempt the rest of the trip? That we proved, we did the trip, so I'm absolutely stoked on that. Second part, how am I feeling? Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. I felt like I could have kept going. I said it multiple times in this video, but I feel like I was my worst from 300 to 400 miles, and after that, it was just like the soreness became normal to me, and I could ride through it. Again, I was stopping every 150 miles, which is about every 2 hours or so. But I felt like I was getting stronger as the miles kept going on. So as far as feeling in general, I feel good. I feel alert, I feel awake, I wasn't dozing off or anything like that. It is getting darker now, which I think at night probably would have affected that worse. But because I was riding mainly throughout the day, I felt good. Soreness, my butt obviously hurt. I think as far as the whole body concept, my butt was probably the most sore. My lower back surprisingly is doing good, and that was hurting immediately upon the start, and now it's not even an issue. My neck is stiff, but that's to be expected because again, I'm wearing a helmet with a kite on top of it, and I had a GoPro latched on to my right cheek for well over 500 miles worth of the ride. So it's tilting like this constantly. Also, you probably can't see it, but the way my glove is, it pinches these calluses together, and they're pretty red and they hurt, but I mean that's minor in the grand scheme of things. No, so I felt really good. That wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it would be, but I'll talk about more of that stuff in the outro. Besides that, whoever's viewing this, thank you, I really do appreciate it. I wanted to do this trip alone because I didn't want to have to deal with pressure from other people. I didn't want my friends to pressure me to move forward if I wasn't comfortable with it, and I didn't want to push my friends to move forward if they're, tired and dogging out and it becomes unsafe to do so. It was also a good time for some self-reflection. But I was getting lonely, so talking to the camera did help me quite a bit. So some vindication in my insanity of yelling to myself on the highway. Besides that, I need to celebrate. I have no one to celebrate to. High fives to myself, but I think I am gonna go properly celebrate with a nice cold beer at home. Without delaying any longer, it's been a long enough day. So please enjoy the outro and have a good night. All right, damage report. So what does the bike look like now? That is all the bug damage. Windscreen got the worst of it. This of the bike's pretty dirty though too. Look at my horn.
Oh man, the poor radiator. Mirrors and handguards also got some. A dirty bike means a ridden bike, so that's good.